Alrighty, so we got 8 tracks right here at 128 bars. Can y'all see that? So I already put it on here, the beat. So we're gonna see how much 128 bars equals up to. Alright, so let's see how much time that equals up to. Alright, so that's 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Alright. Alright, so once I render these down, they're gonna be 3 minutes and 50 seconds per track, right? So that's gonna be times the tracks. So 3 minutes times 8 is 24, right? Then you still got the 50 seconds left off each one. So all 8 of those together, that's gonna add up to 6 minutes with 40 seconds remaining, all right? So with the 6 minutes plus the 24, that's 30. And then with the 40 seconds remaining, that's gonna be 30 minutes and 40 seconds total. So that's how much space it's gonna take up. So let's look at the memory and see where we at now. Okay, so we only at 15% memory right now, all right? That's with the audio, that's without the audio tracks. Okay, so we at 15% memory using 4 plugins, and the drum for the other 4 tracks. All right, so we got 4 tracks with plugins and 4 tracks with drums. So let's turn all these into audio tracks. Bounce to audio. All right, y'all. So I know y'all trying to figure out how we got to this point. So I was just trying to figure out if we got 2 gigs of space, why we only got 8 tracks of audio to record on. Not for vocal purposes, but for rendering down my beats. You know what I'm saying? Like if I feel committed to what I you know what I'm saying? I like to render it down to audio and, do my little editing like that. Even if it's like an 8 bar or 4 bar or a 16 bar. All right, so we just deleted all the other tracks because we no longer need them. So that's all just straight that. All right, so let's see how much memory we got now. Still at 56, I know why. Let's go to purge. We still at 56. I know why. Let's go to purge. Okay, so right here, I was hitting the crap out that purge button, but it wasn't shaking. You feel me? It was sticking to that 56. You feel me? So, yeah. So 56, so they're trying to say that that's over a gig worth of memory, right? So this me checking the sample pool to see if I got any extra samples. Nothing. Now this me checking the temporary files to see if we have any in there. Nothing. Samples. Nothing. There's one file here, but it's not taking up any space. All right, so let's see. Did that mess up anything? Nope. All right, let's check the memory now. Still at 56, 55 now. Okay. So they trying to say that there's 1 gig of space, right? That's over 1 gigabyte because it's 2 gigs of memory. So let's see if that's true. All right, so how we gonna find out? So we're gonna try to move the 8 tracks from here to see how many gigs. Cause I ain't none of these songs over a gig. Not even close. All right, so let's see. Into mix down, audio mix down, separate tracks. All right. wave, 16-bit. Okay, already audio input. Let's go. And save. So we're gonna try to see if that's gonna actually take up a whole gigabyte of space. Now this what's gonna tell us, because once we save it in there, and once we save it in here, and we load it up to a track, to a song, it's gonna tell us if it's a whole gig when we pull it back up. So if they really ganking us, don't tell me y'all trying to short us, MPC. All right, so we just got the last one on there. Let's go. So we're gonna double check it to make sure everything on there like we need. Gotta debug. Okay. All right, so we got all of them. Now let's eject. Go here. So to the song. Create. Okay, now we're finna load these up. Let's see. All right. Export one. Oh, they all, what? They all stereo tracks. Aye, aye, aye. One thing I love about this machine is that when you record something on there, it's automatically saved on there. You don't have to hit save or nothing. And it's recording straight from reading straight from the disc. If the power was to cut out, it's already recorded in it. That's what I love about this. Okay, it's telling me already what's the megabit right here. 37. It's already showing the megabytes. So 321 megabytes. That's how much that space that song take up. So why is this saying a gig? That's why I'm confused at. All right, so that's weird. Oh, you know what? I can cut this off and cut it back on because I got all the files saved in here. I can always render them out of here and render them back in here. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, now after seeing this, now I'm trying to figure out how many megabytes in 2 gigs of RAM. So what's 56% of 2,000? What's 56% of 2,000 megabytes? And the task I'm saying it's not even close to 1 gigabyte. So if 321 megabytes is 56%, whoa, what is 100%? No, you ain't gonna feel me like that. Come on, let's do a retry one more time. Alrighty, so I'm gonna let the MPC redeem itself. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if I cut the MPC off, cut it back on, and re-put these tracks back on there to see if it's gonna save the same memory. Because what I'm thinking, what's going on, I'm thinking that it's still saving something in there to where it's taking up space. So I don't know where the file going, but that's what I'm assuming. All right, it can be a plug-in or anything. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, well, I don't have a memory card in here, so I'm gonna have to push the sounds back over here. Shut it down. Open it back up. Don't save. Don't save her. Okay, so right now we at 0. Okay, so that's with having a drum program on it. All right, so before we load these back on here, what we expecting to see is about, I say 16, in between 16%, 15% to 16 to 17%. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna load the sounds in there in the pool. All right. So we're not gonna actually put them on the pad because I don't know if that's gonna take up space yet. So we're just gonna put them all in there on the pool. Okay. So let's get it. First, we gotta put this back in the USB mode. All right, that was the last one. Now we got them all in the folder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we got them all in there. Now let's see how much memory we taking up. 49. What? That's still saying 1 gig of memory. Bruh. Nah, 49 is crazy. Now I done double checked everything to make sure I don't have no extra files saved nowhere else, far as I could check. So now it's just time to figure out exactly what this 49 stand for in megabytes. Okay, let's say we did have 2000 MB, right? Minus 49%, which will leave us 1020. So that means we actually use 980 MB. So 980 MB plus 1020 MB equals 2000 MB, right? So I just did that just to double check the math. So they saying we use 980 MB, right? But we really use 321. So that means it's 659 that's saying that we used that we really didn't use. So I wonder what's going on right there. That 659, keep an eye on that number because it's going to get real interesting. Okay, so really all I'm saying is if anybody can show me how 321 megabytes can be 49% of 2,000 megabytes. Okay, so this is how it's really supposed to look. Out of 321 MB, you're supposed to be hitting as low as 16.5%. Okay, so if 321 MB is 49%, so what is the number of the whole 100%? For sure it ain't no 2,000. So do I believe AKAI trying to short or get over on the megabytes for the 2 gig RAM? I truly don't believe that. So this is what I think was really happening. So remember I told you about the 659 number? And the possibility of extra files, ghost files. And this number right here is the number of megabytes they said that we used. That's almost close to a gig. So here's my theory. I believe it was added on extra files because 321 plus 321 equals, yes, you guessed it. Well, it's not the exact number, but it's close. And so if you add another 321 on there, look what number you get. Yeah. So what I believe what's happening is when you save it, it's actually saving it 3 times. Because if you times that 321 times 3, it's too close. You know what I'm saying? So what I believe what's happening is that it's making ghost folders. So I believe it's making a double ghost folder. So once it save it once, it's saving it 2 other times somewhere else, wherever it's saving it. I have no idea, but that's what's going on. So that's the only thing I can think of. I don't know if it's true or not. So if somebody else can do the math and let me know if it's right or wrong, please leave a comment or make a video and tag me in it. Shout out, much love. Shout out to MPC. I love what y'all doing with the work. You know what I mean? There's like no hate or no shade. It's just trying to figure out what's really going on. Peace.